What is going on, you guys? Tanner with HyperLite Moto, and I have another exciting product highlight to show you guys today. This is the Bremer shock linkage. This is another in-house made product from HyperLite Moto, the Bremer line. This is machined out of a solid chunk of T6 aluminum, anodized in this beautiful red color. The bearings are already installed, OEM quality, press fit. They're lightly greased. We are going to walk you through the install, so I'll show you how that's done here in a minute. But one of the coolest things about this is it's a full pound lighter than the stock part. So that is one of the biggest downfalls of the 250F is the weight. It's got a fantastic engine. The chassis is okay, but overall, if this bike was about 20 pounds lighter, it would be perfect. Scott, the owner of HyperLite, his personal bike is well beyond that. So it is possible to shave a significant amount of weight using parts like this, and a full pound is a big deal. So this linkage has been stress tested, it's been proven. There's riders all around the world that are using this right now. This is just a beautiful machine trick part that not only is gonna shave weight, but look damn good. I also have a couple other things on the table that I wanted to show you. We are offering these billet oil fill plugs. This is the Anchor brand. We actually got a chance to visit their factory in Brazil. Really quality stuff. I saw these being machined in person in real time. This is gonna replace your stock dipstick. You'll actually be able to do this by hand now. The stock one has a slot for a screwdriver, and even that doesn't work that well. Another part that looks really good, they offer this in red and black as well. And the last part that we'll install and show you today, this is the Bremer exhaust cap. This replaces the OEM flimsy cap. This also pairs nicely with the Bremer exhaust insert. So if you're looking to open up your exhaust and squeeze a little bit more power out of the 250F engine, I highly recommend getting that insert. We have a video of the install here on the channel. Pair that with an intake kit, EJK. You can even turn it up a notch and get an aftermarket ECU, and you can really start to bring the power out of these bikes. But even bone stock, just the Bremer insert alone will make a difference, and you can polish the look off with this exhaust cap. Another part made here in-house, beautiful machine piece of metal that's gonna look really good on the bike. But I'm excited to get these parts installed. We have a Lexus 250F this time up on the stand. Let's get it done. So this install is pretty straightforward. You only need a few tools. You're gonna need a 14, 17, 19 millimeter wrench, preferably a torque wrench as well, an 8 millimeter hex key. I prefer to use these socket adapters so I can get more leverage. I chose not to do it, but I do recommend taking the wheel off. You will need to lift up on the swing arm to get the bolts out. I decided to pull my linkage off as well so I could grease this pivot point too. I figured if I was doing everything else, I might as well take the little extra step to do this. As you can see, I have the Corona link, which has adjustments on it. You can run it in 3 different positions: the standard height, the raised height, and the lower. Very cool part offered on the HyperLite website. In order to service this pivot point, you will have to remove the brake lever. It really helps to have a spring puller. As I mentioned earlier, these do come lightly greased, so it's recommended to apply some additional waterproof grease. I'm gonna be using some AMSOIL marine grade grease. Any grease that you have lying around will be fine. Now this is a serviceable item. If you're buying one of these 250Fs secondhand, there's a good chance that this has never been done and some of your bearings could actually be worn out. So instead of sourcing everything OEM and having to press them in yourself, I highly just recommend picking up this Bremer shock linkage. You're getting a better quality part that's lighter. So you need to remove the stock roller pins from the factory link and install them in the new. Cleaning these up, greasing the pins. I definitely tend to go overboard with the grease. It's one of those things where you really can't apply too much. So I do have the torque specs for you, pretty easy to remember. Only one is different, we'll start with that. 60 foot-pounds for the shock arm nut, and that's on the swing arm side. So 60 foot-pounds for that, and the rest are 33 foot-pounds. That's your upper and lower shock mount nut, the shock link rod nut, the linkage to frame, and the triangle to linkage nut, all 33 foot-pounds. So we'll get that all torqued to spec. So this is a serviceable item. As far as how often that you should do it, that really depends on your riding style. If you're the kind that's only riding dry trails and a few times a year, this grease is gonna stay intact for a long time. But if you're out in the Pacific Northwest, riding in the rain all the time, the mud, especially if you're power washing your bike a lot, that grease can get blown out. So it's something that I try to do once every riding season. So I already have the oil fill plug installed on this bike. This is actually the black version, my personal favorite. This is a direct swap, comes with its own O-ring. Pretty cool trick part that adds a little bit more function over stock. And last but not least, we'll go ahead and throw this exhaust cap on. Just 3 8mm bolts in the back here. Zip those off and install the new. One thing I will say, the anodizing will fade over time, but it'll still look good and gives you a lot more flair compared to stock. But that's gonna wrap up today's video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. Let me know what other parts you'd like to see highlighted here on the channel. HyperLite Moto is the one-stop shop for everything CRF250F, and we're also starting to do a lot with the new KLX 300 series bikes. We have a lot of parts that are already on the site and a lot yet to come. But that's gonna wrap it up for today. Once again, I'm Tanner with HyperLite. Be sure to subscribe if you're new. Leave a comment, let me know what you think of this new Bremer linkage. I think it's an amazing part for a really good price considering it is made right here in-house. But I may be a little biased, you'll have to decide for yourself. Thank you for watching, everybody. We'll see you in the next one.